I'm Chris. That's Sam. Sam, can you tell me how many days into the season we are?
13, 14?
14,
Right.
I think 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a day, because I think, remember, Netflix had it a day early. So 2 weeks in a day, I think, depending on when this comes out. Welcome to Fireside Baseball, your leaders and divisions this point of the season. You have Yankees atop the AL East at 8-4. Cleveland at the top of the AL Central at 8-5. Texas at the top of the AL West at 7-5. The Marlins 8-5. They're tied with the good old Braves. Milwaukee 8-4. Dodgers 9-3. 2 weeks into the season, what division leader surprises you the most? Mine is definitely the Marlins.
I think it's got to be between the Central with Cleveland or the Marlins, right?
Yeah.
Because I think with the Marlins specifically, Chris, I think that there's 3 teams in that division that we relatively expected to compete. And you know what, dude? You know what I actually saw today is that we had a lot of questions about Atlanta and their pitching. Dude, they've been awesome so far.
Do they have
pitching
the
staff is
pitching
sick.
factory? Everybody's elbow is pulled pork, but they're getting outs.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. But I think that you would say the Marlins, and they're one of the best offenses in baseball at this point in time. I think they're like the 5th best offense in baseball right now. Because I think we expected Philadelphia to be great. I think we expected the Mets to be great. Obviously, Soto just went down with the injury. I think probably Marlins and Cleveland, but I think that we also talk about Cleveland like the big bad wolf that's always going to win that division and churn out 88 wins for no reason. So I think it's got to be those 2 for sure.
So, for me, it's funny. A 2-part answer. I think Marlins are the biggest surprise for me. Right now, the Braves actually have a better run differential. But the surprising thing for Chris Stroom in the big year 2026, 2 weeks in, isn't that the Guardians are number 1. It's who's in last place.
Mm-hmm.
The Tigers, Sam, are in last place in the division. Now, is that going to hold? Absolutely not. But to have them beneath the Royals and the White Sox 2 weeks in, color me shocked. Color me really shocked.
Well, there's also a factor in here of listen, and I know that we talked about it earlier this week. Like every single one of these games count, right? So like when you see this early from these teams, I think that you're going to start asking you're going to start asking more questions as time goes on. And I think for Detroit specifically, Chris, there's a big ticket guy that could hit the trade market this summer.
The biggest ticket, not just big ticket, the biggest ticket, dude.
If the Tigers continue to struggle, will they trade Tarik Skubal this summer?
And what will it cost? What will it cost? Like, what lands you Skubal?
I saw Greg Amsinger was talking about it this morning. He was pretty much like, he was talking about guys that he thinks gets dealt, and he thinks that they trade Tarik Skubal. And if Detroit continues to swim in these muddy waters and they don't look like we think they can, I think that you and I probably both think they can win that division. To me, they're like the 3rd or 4th most talented team in the American League. But if they're not in a position this summer where they can get a massive haul for a half year of Tarik Skubal, they should probably do it.
You go do it, 100%.
Right? Like, send him to Los Angeles and get a ton of prospects because their farm is awesome, right? Let the Dodgers stock up and go do whatever and have Tarik Skubal for half a season. We're going to hate it. It's going to be gross. But for Detroit, if you're still struggling midsummer, it's probably the best case scenario for you to get him out of your locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's disgusting. I mean,
what's going on?
It's disgusting because it's like when I saw the record, I was like, okay, like Skubal must be up to a little bit of a slow start, which maybe by his standards it is. 2.5 ERA through 2 starts or 3 starts. And it's actually Framber Valdez is up above 4, which obviously that won't hold. He's a workhorse. He'll be better, but early on for the Tigers to be bad is surprising. It just is. And again, White Sox good, or at least better than Cleveland. So that was my big surprise. Happy about the Marlins though. It's cool to see them be good. All right, dude. 2 weeks into the season, can you tell me who the league leader in batting average is?
Dude, I'm going to throw you just like a really weird one. And I don't know if this is true. Is it like Otto Lopez or something?
No, I wish. I wish.
Can you give me give me a division? I think if you give me a division, I might be able to land on it.
I don't want to give you a division. That might be too easy.
You think so?
I'll give you out west, West Coaster.
Okay, West Coaster. Is it? It's not a Rise.
No, it's not a Rise.
It's not a Rise.
Honestly,
I
if
feel
you can get anybody in the top 5, take a bow because it's a weird top 5, bro.
so. You're thinking so West Coast strictly. So I'm thinking San Francisco, Los Angeles.
Oh, go. All
Is
right.
it
Look, NL West. Well, I'll give you NL
okay?
West.
NL West.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Dude,
Like if
it's
it's not,
Andy
is
Andy
it Andy
Pages.
Pages?
Andy Pages.
Shut up.
Andy Pages, qualified
Shut
hitters,
up, man.
qualified hitters, 413.
Shut up.
Yeah. Now Austin
Are you-
Hedges has a 500 batting average, but not enough at bats. So
Okay, I'm looking at this list now. This is disgusting.
yeah,
Like
dude.
what is
Xavier
this?
Edwards, 2. Chandler Simpson, 3.
How many of these are extra base hits from Chandler Simpson?
Got to be like none, dude. I want to pull
Like
up
he is like this is fast Luis Arise, right?
Yeah, fast rise.
Like
Yep.
Chandler Simpson is one of the funniest players in the league because he is unreal fast. I think that's one of his that is his tool, right? He's
the
like a super
fastest in the
speed
league,
guy
for sure. Yeah.
But they had to move him from center to left field because he can't play defense. How are you that fast and you can't play defense?
Dude, can't play defense.
That's
also
nuts.
has one of the weaker arms I've seen.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does. But like think about Pages with the Dodgers, right? Like if you were to put it on a scale in their lineup, where would Andy Pages rank in that order?
Dude,
Was he like their 8th best guy?
Probably if you look at like overall package, I think he's a monster. I think he's a potential superstar. I think like him and Jackson Merrill are like the next 2 like big time center fielders that everyone's going to be like dark horse MVP every single year.
Yeah.
I like Paez a lot, and I do know that like I know Cleveland tried to get him for Clase a year ago. No, but I like any 24-year-old like absolutely rakes, and right now been hitting really well. Dude, I got a fun fact here on Chandler Simpson. He is hitting 391 this year. He's got 18 hits. Do you want to guess how many are extra base hits?
1.
Yep. It's all singles and 1 triple.
Yeah, like
no
what
doubles.
is like, dude, that's like Trent Grisham last year. Is like who needs doubles? That's like,
who needs
that's
doubles?
literally Chandler Simpson.
I can get the second, I can get the
what
third.
What is the singles version? Nah, dude, Chandler Simpson is, I mean, he's a hilarious baseball player. I mean, good for him, and I think it's awesome for Tampa Bay that they're getting that kind of production out of him. But that's like this is fast Luis Arise, right? Like that's not like what's his OPS? Like 820?
Oh, OPS is
got like
864.
There you go. He's probably
it's just always on base.
300 slug.
The slug is 435, but I don't see. I mean, I guess maybe the 1 triple does that. I don't know.
I mean, like 435, like, and I mean, you're hitting 391.
Yeah.
Like, I think he probably finishes sub 7.
Shout out my guy, Chandler Simpson. Speaking of weak arms, how concerned should the Red Sox be about Romans?
So here's the question that I think, and it's popped up. I posted a video about it today. Is it an injury thing?
That's what I'm going to ask you. Do you think he's hurt or do you think it's a noodle? Because he looks like a big, thick, stocky guy, man.
Yeah, I don't think it's a noodle. There's genuinely he has to be hurt. There's no way, right? I don't think it would make sense. I think that if you put me or you in left field, I think that we could probably skip that throw.
Yeah, I mean, right? I got a little bit of a hose that might get some airtime.
Well, you and I are just average human beings.
Wait. What does Nate Diaz say? You're a podcaster, brother.
Exactly. And we are, but I think that we could probably do that, right? He's got to be hurt because you could see and you could break some of them down where there's 7 skippers.
Yeah.
And some of them aren't even online.
7 skippers, 3 feet to the left.
Yeah, like there's no way he's not injured. I feel like there's got to be a scenario where he's hurt and they got to figure it out and at least publicly say like, hey, either A, he's hurt or just be like, hey, like he can really only DH for us right now. And that's kind of it. Like if that's genuinely how bad the arm is, but there's no way in hell that's how bad it is, right?
I hope it's not that bad. I do worry that we anointed him a little bit too early, right? Because after he put up, I think, the 3-WAR, 4-WAR season a year ago, it's like, oh, no-brainer superstar, no questions, got anointed. Some people took that anointment and took it way too far by comparing him to the Sotos of the world. But
we didn't.
No, I did not. No,
yeah, no.
I guess like the Brads.
You and I and Ryan were very much like, let's pump the brakes. Like we've seen this. Like I saw Gary Sanchez put up 3 WAR and a half season. Like, you look chosen up to an extent, but they paid him a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he's going to be great. Like, I'm not going to take away from what he is as a batter, what he is as a player. But when you have these defensive inefficiencies, and the bat doesn't look great right now, Chris. Like, he's not hitting. So when you're seeing this already, it is concerning 100%. I think that if he doesn't pan out in the contract that they gave him, if he doesn't pan out, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be so ugly for the Red Sox. And them in general, they've disappointed up to this point. Like, they look gross. I think Willier's been awesome this year. And it's probably like the one
he's
bright
top 5
spot
in batting average in baseball right now, 383.
Yeah, like, he's been sick. But I think if Roman doesn't work out for them, that is an unbelievable disappointment from him being like chosen to, I don't like, and dude, we're 12 games in. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, he's going to suck the whole year.
Well, here's the unfortunate thing. They set Roman up to have this kind of sophomore year because they got rid of Devers and they got rid of Bregman. Look, it's easy. It's not easy. It's easier being the man when there's already 2 of them out there. It's harder when each and every week you become the most important out for the pitcher. That's a lot harder to deal with. You're going to get everybody's A stuff. You're going to get less strikes, like all of that. So that being the case, I mean, if you look at Roman Anthony's early StatCast stuff or early Savant stuff, 11th percentile whiff and 18th percentile K rate, Kang over 30% of the time. It's like, will you go in? It's like, look, if Sam, you're the pitching coach, you're whoever, you're Matt Blake, you go to that Red Sox game, who cannot hurt you? It can't be Roman. That's the game plan. Roman Anthony's not going to get off against us. Before, it's like, well, gotta worry about Devers, gotta worry about Bregman, even though that was a short kind of whatever. And then all of a sudden you go 1, 2, 3 in a row. One of those guys is going to get off. Right now, it's just not there. And I do wonder about the pressure for year 2. He does have 1 home run this year, but I'm saying, man, like I mean, he hit 292 a year ago, man. There was a lot of thought that he was going to be able to pick that up, and it's not that easy.
They're going to miss the line of protection of Devers and Bregman more than they realize. And I think that they're already kind of seeing it. Like, I think that Wilson Contreras is fine. I think that Willie Abreu's fine. I think that Jarren Duran is fine. But you're talking about 2 legitimate big league bats in Alex Bregman and Rafael Devers that both exited your organizations within the exact same year. So there is realistically, Chris, nobody else really scares me in that lineup as a legitimate threat outside of Roman Anthony. Mm-hmm. So you could pitch around him. It's super easy. When you give him pitches to hit, you kind of give him your nastiest stuff. Like, an example, if Aaron Judge doesn't have protection in the Yankee order, like, and say like Stanton's hurt, Rice is hurt, like there's nothing around him. Say it's like, I don't know, Wells and Caballero hitting in between him, right? What are you going to do in that inning? You're going to pitch to Wells and Caballero.
Yep.
You're going to throw everything outside of the zone to Aaron Judge and let him get on base. Like, there's no protection for Roman Anthony in that Red Sox lineup to threaten anybody. It's not scary at all.
Caleb Durban was hitting 5th for them at some point, so which is wild. But obviously, I don't want to rag on Caleb Durban. I do want to talk about Contreras real quick. Thoughts on the Contreras versus Woodruff beef? Hit him 6 times in his career. He's been hit like 20 times against the Brewers.
Okay, Contreras is a leaner.
Yeah, he is.
Contreras is a leaner. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
However, for it to be Woodruff 6 times is kind of crazy, right? Like, there's totally smoke behind it. And I think it's a fun little beef, right? Like, I think that we enjoy seeing these kind of back and forth between these players. I mean, like, obviously Wilson played in that division for so long. So he's been playing against Yelich and Woodruff and all those guys for X amount of years. And it's still a long-standing beef, even though now he's in the American League East. I think that he's a leaner. I think that him getting hit that many times in a career, like, there's something there for it. However, the fact that it's been Woodruff and the Brewers, there's totally something there.
You're missing the weirdest part of this entire story.
Go ahead.
His brother is the catcher for the Brewers.
Oh, yeah. And you know, it's funny.
That's weird. Somebody
texted about it and was like, Contreras is beefing with the Brewers. And I was like, what Contreras? Which one? I was like, are we talking about Wilson or William? Like, which one, dude? Like, that's weird.
Like, dog, you want to chirp and be loud, but your brother's back there calling fastballs up and in because he knows you're a leader.
Realistically, I didn't even think about that.
That's what I think is hilarious. That is 24 times that he's been hit by a Brewers pitcher, and his brother is the catcher. It's one of the more bizarre, like, sub things in the middle of this beef.
I feel like he's probably back there giggling now.
Yeah, bro, gotta be.
He's back there giggling. I mean, like, imagine your little brother's the catcher back there.
For the team that's hitting more than any other team in baseball, your brother's the catcher.
Yeah. I think maybe I mean, he's been there 3 years. He's been with the Brewers 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's just funny, man. I don't know. I don't know how to talk about it. It's just
maybe
funny.
they're just pushing it there. I just think it's funny.
Yeah,
I do think it's funny. I also do think that the stuff with Yelich, like the post game stuff with Yelich, is funny. Mm-hmm. Yelich, like, yeah, we've seen this for years.
We've seen this song and dance.
We know what you are. And then, like, the Miz strikes him out. Mm-hmm. And he's like just screaming expletives coming off the ball. Like, it was so sick. And Wilson's like staring him down after he got struck out. Like, okay, like, you're good.
Miz is funny because, like, it's definitely a lot of F words, but I did I just wanted to laugh, right? Like, I just wanted to laugh hearing him just yell it over and over and over again. Miz has a very, like, particular, like, kind of like dorky way, like dorky mannerisms that he, like, tenses up and just yells the F word, like someone who wasn't allowed to say it until they graduate and they still don't say it in front of their parents. Like, that's how Miz says the F word, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one of the funniest builds.
Dude,
of like a professional athlete. He's like low key Slender Man. So, like, when he moves, it's kind of funny.
Like a longboard shape. Dude.
Yeah,
like, he is hilarious, bro.
He's like totally like frat kid.
Here we go. Connor Griffin signed the extension. Skeens says he's going to be the face of this franchise for a long time. I don't know if Skeens knows, but Skeens is currently the face of the franchise for the Buccos, for our Buccos. Thoughts on Skeens saying this? Was this intentional, or was Skeens just trying to give the young man some flowers?
Paul Skeens is so gone. Dude, he's shit. There's no way in hell you make that kind of comment and you think that you're going to stick around for the long term.
Dude, like, swear.
There's no way in hell that Paul Skeens is going to sign an extension to Pittsburgh after making a comment like that.
No shot.
I think Connor Griffin's incredible. Mm-hmm. Connor Griffin's great. But right now, when you talk about a future face of the franchise, I don't want my current face of the franchise saying that about a guy that we just brought up.
And like, not just the current face of the franchise. I'm talking about a top 5 face of MLB baseball that plays on your team. That's a top 5. Like, that would be like if Aaron Judge before free agency had Cam Schiller up here. Cam signed his head to be like, hey, yeah, Cam's going to be a great face of this franchise. Like, brother, that's you.
Yeah, there's no way in hell, right? Like, I think that we can comfortably say that. And I think it raises everybody's eyebrows when you hear Skeens talk like that. But, dude, I don't like, and I think that we love Connor Griffin, and I think that he's going to be a great ball player.
He struggled out the gate a little bit.
But who doesn't? Right? Like, I mean, who doesn't? But, like, I said it kind of early that I thought that, and it was when, you know, they kind of came up with the Griffin extension stuff. I think that them signing Griffin to this extension is them doing Skeens right. So, like, I think that they probably look back at the Skeens scenario originally and they're like, we messed up. We should have extended him early, right? You're kind of at a point now where there's no way in hell that that's going to happen. So I think that them bringing Connor Griffin up and immediately giving him the extension is like, yeah, we're going to run back this situation. We're going to do it right this time. We're going to give him a decent chunk of change. But you don't come out and say that and then sign an extension afterwards, or then hit free agency and then come back in free agency. Paul Skeens is going to be a Yankee, a Met, a Dodger, somewhere over the next couple of years. He will not be a Pirate.
Do you know what happened in July 2025?
I'm assuming, are you talking about Skeens and the trade stuff?
No, Livy went shopping.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And she tried to buy Babe Ruth's apartment.
Yeah. We reported on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like the first people. I was like the first person that was on that.
Early. So whenever I like think about Paul Skeens and what he says, I think about that play. And, you know, okay, whatever it means, who knows? Again, it's just one of those things. It's just funny.
But what I'll also add is the report came out, I think it was probably a month ago at this point. Yankees officials still think that they can get Skeens down the line because she tried to buy Babe Ruth's apartment and it was like a whole fiasco. Like she couldn't get it, like whatever. She still then bought an apartment in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I know.
She still lives in New York City. So like she's there. Like that's a real thing. So like the Yankees brass thinks that, yeah, like we're gonna get him down the line because of his girlfriend.
Right? And also like she's been around, like she's a Jersey girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I
gotta tell you off the show what bar she used to pop up at. It'll make you laugh.
Oh shit! Okay.
It'll just make you laugh.
All right, yeah. First.
Separately. All right, 2 weeks into the year, who is Sam's Cy Young Award winner? Who's the 2-week Cy Young guy?
I know. Are we going back to the Schlitt, bro?
Dude, yeah, Schlitt. I mean, even after his bad start, the ERA.
Are we going back to the Schlitt
at 1.6?
Dude, you know what's crazy about him too is that I think that was probably the second worst start of his professional career.
That was a rough go, but it's funny.
And it was
soft contact.
It was 5 1/3 and 3 earned.
Yeah,
you take that from any starting pitcher.
Anybody.
I think you go probably the Schlitt. I mean, who's the NL guy?
I know you got options. I mean, Ohtani.
Oh, dude, you know who's been sick, bro? And he's totally going to get dealt. Dude, Sandy's been Sandy's back. Complete game shutty. Dude, Bendix is going to get a haul for that guy at the deadline.
Dude, oh shit. I don't want to steal his thunder, but I was talking to one of my Guardians guys about this, and my guy Tyler, and he was like, dog, like, what if you offer Bazana for Sandy? Because the Guardians, I don't know if you know, they just brought up a second baseman who's been hitting for them.
Who?
They brought up Juan Brito. They had that's
right.
They had Gabe Arias hit the IL. They moved Rocchio to short, and people were like, "Oh, like you bring up the Baz." They brought up Brito. Brito's been hitting, and it's like, do you pull the trigger? All of a sudden, you got a rotation that has Sandy, Gavin Williams, and then you can go either Slade there, Tanner Bybee, or Parker Messick, and all of a sudden, you've got the two that when you run into the Tigers, you can go blow for blow with them because Sandy's been outrageous.
And I also think that it works in both teams' favors, right?
Does.
I think that Miami and what they are offensively is not sustainable right now. Mm-hmm. They've been awesome early. They're like contact monsters. I think that what they have right now is not sustainable, but I think that they can develop starting pitching with the best of them. Dude, I mean, like you just saw this offseason, they deal away Cabrera and they deal away Weathers, who were like, I know Weathers had his injury issues, but like Cabrera was an important dude.
There's only two. Right? There's only one team with 2 starting pitchers in the top 10 in WAR for starting pitchers, and it's the Yankees. One of them.
The Yankees, yeah. And Weathers is like 10th or something on that list. Like it's crazy.
It's Weathers and Schlitt.
Miami can develop starting pitching with the best of them, right? So I think that they're comfortable dealing out Sandy to Cleveland, and I think upping their offensive ceiling a little bit with Baz, and at least seeing what they have with Baz, right? So I wouldn't hate it whatsoever. I think that scenario makes a lot of sense.
It's wild. You don't really see a lot of 1-1 guys get dealt. It's a scary thing. It's a scary thing.
But I also think that somebody else might get dealt this summer, Chris. This is the last one over. Do you think Adley Rutschman gets dealt?
Dude, I think so. But you're closer to that situation than I am. I think so.
Yeah. So here's the thing with Adley, and I really like Adley. I think he's super important for that Orioles team. I think he's great. But they just committed all this money to Basayo, and I really like Basayo a lot. But I have questions about Basayo and being a long-term catcher because of the size. But they also just pay Pete Alonso.
Mm-hmm.
So Pete Alonso is going to hold down first base for them every single day. They just extended Basayo for I think it's like 8 years or whatever. Do they reach a point with Adley where it's like, hey, we don't want to DH Basayo every day. We want to catch Basayo every day. We're going to deal you out for somebody. Like, I think that that's a dude that could be on the block this summer. And I think that he'll return decent value because I think he's one of the better catchers in the sport. But I just think they're in a weird spot this summer with him. And Chris, Last year, their top 2 draft picks, do you know position they play?
Catcher.
They drafted 2 catchers.
They're
So
going
the
catcher
writing's-
heavy, man.
Like, so is the writing on the wall for them to trade Adley Rutschman this summer? I think it might be.
That's where the stars are the line, and they could. And there's some teams that would come. I mean, Cleveland, I know, would call for a fact.
I think the Yankees would call.
You think the Yankees would call?
I think the Yankees would call.
Oh, is that your little spicy take?
I think the Yankees will call because listen, me and Ron were kind of going through it yesterday, right? So you look at like the offensive profile of Austin Wells. Like we were kind of like digging at him a little bit, but you look at the offensive profile and you look at like the WRC plus numbers and like the walk rate stuff and the OBP, dude. When you go from like 17 to 26 on that list, there's like it's Austin Wells and like 5 former Yankees. Like it's like Narvaez and Augustino Ramirez and Kyle Higashioka and like Gary Sanchez. Like they're all grouped in that same realm. Mm-hmm. I think that Rutschman probably has a higher ceiling than Wells because I think he's probably a better defender. And I think that he gives you more offensively being able to switch hit.
I was going to say the switch hitter thing. You know, Boone would love that.
Yeah, I think that he'd be sick. So yeah. I do think the Yankees, if Rutschman goes on the block, they at least call. I don't know if they get it done because of the in-division stuff, but I would watch him getting dealt this summer. I think that's super realistic.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, I do want to play a game. I just want to just a quick prediction game. We did a little bit of this at the game we were at. But question, who ends just rapid fire, who ends the year with more home runs, Shea Langelier or Cal Raleigh?
Bangaliers. Dude, give me Bangaliers. Like
okay.
Bangaliere's AL starting catcher at the All-Star game this year.
I'm not going to argue with that. Who finished the year with more strikeouts, Gavin Williams or Mizorowski?
I like the Miz, dude.
Do you really?
Like the Miz.
He's a league leader right now.
I like the Miz being a power strikeout guy. Gavin Williams is sick, but I got to go with the Miz.
More stolen bases, Nico Horner or Jazz Chisholm?
So something I'll bake in here, right, is who do I think is going to get on base more?
Hey, that's part of
it. I think Nico Horner probably gets on base this year more than Jazz does. So I'll say Nico.
And then last one, more 50-50. More quality starts, Max Fried or Sandy Alcantara?
Fried, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sandy goes in some weird spots where he gets blown up too. But I think that Fried, every time he goes out is good for a qual. You know what I mean? Like I trust the length more with him a little bit, I guess. And listen, I do need to say something real quick. Listen, for you people that are commenting on social media about my hats, I need you guys to understand something, okay? Because I don't know if you've seen, Chris. There have been some comments about me wearing, Orioles hats and Angels hats and different teams hats. Guys, listen. I'm a Yankee fan.
Right.
This is a baseball show. If I come out here and Yankee code every single episode, I'm not going to appeal to the national audience. Right? So listen, to you guys that are telling me that I should start wearing Yankees hats on the show, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Okay? I love my Yankees. I'll rock my Yankee stuff on Fireside Yankees, but this is a baseball show. And shout out to my Angels and shout out to Jorge Soler. Hell of a boxer. Hell of a boxer.
All right, bro. Can you tell me what this minor league hat is?
I have no clue. I'm gonna assume it's something guards ball.
This is the AA Rubber Ducks. They did a theme night.
Oh, it's your squad, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's the fried chicken joint, dude.
Yeah, it's your squad, dog. You love those boys.
We know this one.
That's the Jersey Diners.
Shout out the Lombards.
The Lombards, the Georgies.
The Lombards, the Georgies.
The Georgies.
People are going to be sick when they find out that maybe Lombard is there to replace Jazz. They're going to move Volpe to second and play Lombard at short next year. Just kidding. That's Yankee. That's some Yankee pod stuff.
Yeah, I never want to hear you say that ever again.
I'm Chris. That's Sam. Get me out of here, twin. Welcome to Fireside Baseball. Peace.